Hello, welcome back to the channel. V here,
Lizzie,
and we've had so many videos on the channel talking about German's culture shock by foreigners living in the country, and we are back with another video again. And this one says, after 7 years in Germany, this shocks me about the US. It's actually from the channel NALF. Yeah, you guys, most of you guys should be familiar with him. So while watching our reactions, do like, share, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and let's get right into this video.
I have lived in a small German town called Schwäbisch Hall for the past 7 years. I have lived in a small German town called Schwäbisch Hall for the past 7 years. I am currently back at my home in the States, and I am getting bombarded with reverse culture shock. I am very uncomfortable going in here. Quite shocking to see.
This is where Americans come to get groceries. They put it all in one spot.
That's none of your business. Why would you ask me that?
We made it in.
My biggest reverse culture shock in the USA after living in Germany.
This one drives me crazy.
Really?
This is a pepper, also known as a paprika. How much do you think this costs?
79 cents.
How expensive grocery prices are.
79 cents.
79. Okay,
$1.50.
That's bullcrap.
Isn't that crazy?
Especially healthier food. Basically twice the price that it is in Germany. Fruits and vegetables are way higher priced here, at least in Oregon compared to in Germany.
And it's not just fruits and vegetables. Other staples, such as meat, eggs, and cheese, are more expensive as well.
Yeah, everything is very expensive. I was looking it up. Actually, you can compare a lot of the prices. Check out some of these price differentials.
There's a cost of living calculator where I compared tons of different items between Germany and Portland, Oregon. Tomatoes, 125.2% more expensive. Apples, 130.2%. Oranges, 134.7% more expensive in Portland, Oregon than in Germany.
And you see why a lot of Americans are unhealthy, because it is so much cheaper to eat low quality or fast food here in the States. This is often why in the States poverty and obesity are related, just because it is so difficult for people to eat healthily at a reasonable price. And I'm noticing this when we go grocery shopping here. Behind me we have a marijuana dispensary, a store where you can just go in and buy weed. It looks like a regular store, looks like a coffee shop. Nice on the outside, and these are everywhere.
If you are 21 or older in my state of Oregon and a handful of other states, marijuana is totally legal, not just for medical purposes, but for recreational as well.
In Germany, marijuana seems to be much more of a taboo subject, whereas in the States, it's much more open and much more accepted. And it's kind of crazy because this big,
they even have it on billboards.
The recreational side of it kind of happened while I was over in Germany.
So like in America,
from a culture where it's
like that billboard that we just saw now. They say weed in 60 miles. Like if you go 60 miles forward, you can get weed in that shop. So it's legal in America. You can just easily go inside and go and buy Igbo from your shop.
wow, America.
Yeah, but it is a taboo. It's also a taboo in my state, actually, in our country. I'm not calling my country a state. Weed is a taboo. It's illegal. Yeah, it's an illegal drug.
A little more hush-hush taboo to a culture in Oregon where it is mainstream, it's all over the place, and totally legal is quite shocking.
I mean, it's legal, right?
Totally legal.
Okay.
This one's kind of wild to me. People almost treat politics here like a sport. People will have bumper stickers of their favorite or preferred political candidate, or they'll have signs of their name in their yard, or even flags of their favorite political candidates. This is something that you do not see in Germany. I feel like in Germany, people's political leanings are much more private for the most part, or at least are not displayed like a sports team flag. It's like so funny. You'll see, a bumper sticker with a political candidate and then an NFL team. It's just like, feels like it's a sport. Kind of wild to see. This one is quite interesting, and it is shared by many Americans that I know that went over to Europe and now come back in the States, and also with Laura, is that for the first few days of coming back to the States, you feel just a little bit sick.
When I started eating American food, I got really sick. My tummy hurt. And then I started to get all bloated and had
because most of it is just junk.
Else. But nonetheless, the food made me sick. So that was my reverse culture shock. Oh, gotta take this. Yep, go for mine.
It's kind of like this low-grade nausea. And it happens to me almost every single time I come back to the States after being in Germany for a prolonged period. And my theory is that my body, having lived in Germany for many months at a time, has gotten used to not having all of these American chemicals and preservatives and stuff in the food. And then when I come back to the States and start eating American food, my body is just shocked at the amount of chemicals and different things that we put in our food. And it has like...
At any point that you have anything to say, you can pause. It's not a must that I'll be the one to pause to talk. Okay?
Negative reaction to it.
Oh, sunset! You got the face paint?
Having football, my football, American football, be the most popular sport. Obviously, in Germany, American football is a smaller sport, more of a niche sport. It is growing, but it is not popular like the way it is here in the States. We went to a high school football game, and it was so fun and cool to see just how football-centric American culture is. The whole community coming to this high school football game. Little kids, the youth teams, all the way up to parents and grandparents, and seeing how football is just a very prominent and important part of American culture. I love that. It is so fun. High school sports are great. Football is great. And it is very positively shocking for me to be back in that.
It's so funny when you say it's positively shocking.
So picture this, is the first couple days that I'm back here in the States, I picked up Laura, we're about to head south.
Is Laura his girlfriend?
Trip. We stop at sort of this drive-through cafe, coffee shop place, and the cashier is so talkative and so friendly and asking, hey, so what are you guys up to
No,
today? I actually
you don't have that in Germany. They don't even talk, like the cashiers, they don't talk to you. They just check your stuff, throw it at you. Like, they just check your stuff really quick, throw it at you, and because they have so many other persons, they don't have time to ask you how's your day, how's not your day, and all of that, how's work and stuff like that. They don't have that time. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
For a second, thinking, that's none of your business. Why would you
Exactly.
ask me? Then I kind of realized again, okay, I'm back in the States. This is totally normal to have this small talk, friendly interaction with people. Always like when you're paying by card or something, it takes a couple seconds. There's that kind of little moment. That's when oftentimes people be like, so what are you doing today? It's just your classic American friendliness, but this does not happen
Never.
at all. And so I was really shocked when that happened to me during my first couple days back here in the States. Now I'm back used to it again. You guys know I love the pleasant American small talk. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. But when you've been in Germany for a long time, you've gotten used to more German interactions or lack thereof, some cashier that you don't know asking you, what are you up to today? Or what are you up to this weekend? Felt a little invasive at first glance.
What you have here is a strip mall, okay? And I know what you're thinking. Not that kind of
Okay.
Strip mall, it's basically a mall where the stores open to the outside. There's a big parking lot here. There's so many strip malls in the United States. Basically, all of our stores and infrastructure is built around strip malls.
This is a bunch of stores on the road.
It's basically a big old parking lot because everything revolves around the car. Then you've got a bunch of stores lining the outside of the parking lot.
I always think about the German Fußgängerzone, or pedestrian areas, the shopping areas in Germany, and how much more pedestrian-oriented they are compared to the car-centric American strip mall.
So I mentioned strip malls. We have one of those kind of close to our house. Maybe it's a kilometer away. And Laura and I have been very European. We've been walking down to the strip mall to the coffee shop. And during this walkthrough, you kind of notice basically how much of an afterthought pedestrians are. Like how long it takes for the light to turn green for the pedestrians compared to the cars. You get a real sense of the car supremacy in the United States. The pedestrian is a second-class citizen compared to drivers of cars. It's also interesting that there's certain places on the road where I feel like in Germany there would be crosswalks here. There's a kind of like natural crossings for pedestrians, but at least in the area that I live, there are not crosswalks there. So we always have to jaywalk to get across the street.
We just crossed the street, but we had to wait a long time because there's no crosswalks and everything is more made for the cars.
So it's pretty sad, and it's just the amount of homeless people and tents everywhere, especially driving around the city on a lot of different intersections that are always homeless people with signs asking for money there, or groups of people, or a lot of tents off on the side of the road, and kind of like these little tent communities.
This in America.
It's very sad, and it's
Germany.
pretty shocking
America.
to see, especially after living in a small German town for so many years, where this just does not really exist. How incomprehensibly large the United States is. We really noticed this with driving down to Yosemite with Laura the other week, and we're just driving for hours and hours and hours and barely passing through another state. You know, it took like 7 hours to get through my state to the next state.
We are moving through southern Oregon now, soon gonna cross into the Nevada border.
If you drive like that in Europe, you're going to be driving through 3 different countries with 3 different cultures and 3 different languages. Of course, yeah, we've got pretty populated cities, but the space in between there is wild to think about. When we drove down to Yosemite, we went for an hour and a half without seeing another building or gas station. It actually got kind of scary. We were worried that we were going to get stranded in the middle of nowhere. All right, guys, that's all for today. I want to give a
Let me explain to you culture shocks, culture differences. Like now, if you travel from Nigeria to Ghana, you will see some different cultural behaviors that are different.
Okay.
Like for instance, in Ghana, in some parts of Ghana, they don't pound their pepper before using it to cook. They put the whole pepper seed inside the pot while they are while they are cooking their meat. Or sometimes if they want to cook soup, they'll put the whole okra, like the full okra seed and the full pepper seed. They'll put it inside the pot while they are while they are parboiling their meat. Then when it's now very soft, sometimes they eat it like that. Other times they smash it inside the mortar. Then now put it back inside the pot. That is a culture. Like you saw, it's a different culture and you're shocked. So it's like a culture shock. Yeah, yes. So now in this video, this particular guy is an American, but he traveled to Germany and he lived in Germany for some time before like he went to visit his country or his state, Oregon, in America. Okay, so he noticed different cultural shocks. One of it is when you are in a German supermarket or a German store shopping. Once you are done and you're at the counter, the cashier, they don't usually talk in German. Like they are just focused, they are calculating, and they want to attend to the next person, so they don't even have time to exchange pleasantries with the customers. Whereas when he traveled back to his country, the cashier was asking him, how was your day, how was work? So he was not like, in his head he was like, none of your business. But then he realized that he was in America, another environment, and things like that were bound to happen. Another culture shock was what? He had so many to talk about.
That as he talked about mall there, city mall,
Strip mall.
strip mall, something like that.
Yeah. Now, according to him, I don't know the culture shock he experienced with the strip mall, but the strip mall is just
Like
like,
he said, in Germany, you can trek.
yeah, it's true. In Germany, there are some stores that they have at the outskirts of the town, whereas others are within the neighborhood. You can easily trek from your house to those places. But then the strip mall now, they have different shops selling different things, all lined up, facing the parking lot. So when you drive down, you park your car and just walk into no form of exercise, no form of, with stores far away, you can trek, and trekking is exercise. Now, he talked about the prices of vegetables like apples, oranges and stuff. The prices were really high compared to what they have in Germany. Yeah. While in America, junk food, processed food, packed food are cheaper. You can buy that. They are cheaper than fruits, and it's not supposed to be so. When you consume more of packed junks, you get
obesity.
Yeah.
Leads to obesity.
So
and there are a lot of preservatives and chemicals in the food. It's not
healthy.
Healthy to the body.
Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, this was really a long one, and I hope you enjoyed our reaction. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and see you in the next one. Don't forget to click on this playlist here to watch our reactions. Bye.